Hi, everybody. Hey, Last Ronin. Hey, Diamond Rainbow. How are you, love? Shout out to everybody. I don't think we have anybody in the house but like two people here. Welcome. Do y'all hear me? Let me know. Thank you for being here. Shout out to everybody. It is Friday, so I don't expect people to be here. Like, I actually expect people got shit to do. Shout out to them. Welcome, everybody. Let the people know that we live. We live now. Now. We're live. Welcome, everybody. Hit that like button, please, and thank you. Hey, Chrissy, how are you? Shout out to you, hardworking gal. I'm trying. It's horizontal this time, all right? Because I know my people don't like vertical, and to be quite honest, I'm not like the vertical. It's all right. It's okay. But honestly, like the vertical is just too much damn trolling. You know what I mean? Too many damn trolls. Everyone, we live now. Welcome. I'm letting those notifications go out. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Scar, Micah, Jody, Karina. How are you? The last Ronin was here. You were arrived quite a while ago, so you were early. Shout out to you, last Ronin. Jessica, how are you? Kay, hey, just a tea, please. Welcome. Yes, yeah. Pika was not playing. Yo, Pika was like banning people left to right. Pika was like, listen, you ain't playing with this trolling shit. You had some people over there with some foot fetishes that were like, show me your feet. Somebody said they were gonna cash at me $1,000. It didn't happen, by the way. Where's my phone? Hold up. It didn't happen, by the way. Let me just check my cash app. Um no, that $1,000 never came through. The $1,000 never came through. I know, Morris, it was nasty, but the guy was like, I am going to cash app you 1,000. That shit never came through. See, this is why I don't show my feet online. Because you never know. You know, you got some freaky people here online. Shout out to the freaky people. Shout out to everybody. Rihanna says, I have arrived. Rabbit, I'll take a picture of mine and you can use that LOL. Trust me, they'll never ask you for feet pics again. Oh my God. Oh, sure, Kim. Sure. That was funny. No, but the tinkle tits, you know what I'm talking about? There was somebody in the chat when we were doing vertical, and they were like, I will cash app you $1,000. I waited. That $1,000 never came through. It would have been handy, but it never came through. Chrissy, thank you so much for the 5 love. You said powerful voice and have the patience to see things through. Ooh, Chrissy. Chrissy never in. Shout out to you, my love. Thank you for that. Shout out to you, love. And thank you for your support. You are amazing, Chrissy. Thank you. Hey, Squids. How are you? I haven't seen you in a minute. Kathy, thank you for becoming a member. Shout out to you. All right. You said I flashed my feet for less than 1,000. That's what I'm saying, Jody. I mean, I get a cute little petty and mad, things like that. But like, they said they were gonna pay me, and I waited, and it never happened. So that's why I don't show my feet online. You know what I mean? Mm-mm. I'm still, by the way, receiving several emails about Liam Payne's court docs, and I'm still sending them out. Shout out to us. I think I've sent a good 250 emails in the last 24 hours. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad because we want to share the information. Hey, Cricket Cinema, shout out to you. You got notification? Okay, good. Rosa from Jersey. I was gonna say New Jersey. Girl, Rosa from Jersey. Welcome. Buenas noches. ¿Cómo estás? Shout out to you. Let's see. Jay McCarthy, baby K. Welcome. Hit that like button. Everybody. Send them my feet pics. They're hairy. I'm not trying to scare the people. You know what I mean? Hey, Nebby, I don't want to scare the people. Thank you. Hey, Katie, shout out to you. Jackie, how are you? I'm going to have to run and get some tissue, y'all, because I do have to blow my nose. Hold up, y'all. All right. I don't want to flash that at all. My nose is getting there. All right. I feel like my sinuses are clearing up, but I'm still a little like scar. But I did you notice that I didn't blow my nose at the microphone? I did not. My feet are hairy too. I have more hair on my toes than my boyfriend. Girl, I guess we won't be getting $1,000. Damn. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Okay. Shout out to everybody. Y'all are doing too much. I know, get a cute little petty. You know what I mean? I waited. I was like, maybe they'll send me, $1,000. They never sent me that $1,000. Girl, I waited, but the Cash App didn't go cha-ching. I'm like, damn, all right then. Whatever. I guess it wasn't meant to be. Anyways, it is what it is, y'all. We got so much to go through, and we're gonna do that right now. Shout out to everybody. They're Hobbit feet lovers. Y'all are crazy. Hey, that Ellen. How are you, love? All right. Yeah, this chat is too much, yo. Are we modless tonight? I think we are, which is fine. No, wait. We have Tinkle. I saw Tinkle. Pika was like, I dealt with too many trolls in the vertical. Shout out to Tinkle. He's here, so that's good. At least we got one mod. If it gets a little crazy, then it gets a little crazy. Okay. You only received a notification on Discord? Girl, I am not surprised. Let the people. Oh no, and Vic's here too. All right, everybody's coming through. We live now. We got a lot of stuff to review. Okay, so I hope you guys are ready for this one because we definitely have so much to review. Y'all ready for this? Why do verticals get more trolls? Is it the algorithm thing? I think that there's less control with the verticals, and I'm pretty sure that it's like the first thing that gets pushed up. So yeah, there's more trolls that way. Okay, we got a lot of topics to review. Let's talk about Bam Margera. So apparently Bam Margera, you guys know that there was the curious case of Bam Margera, which in my opinion was like a hit piece, right? On BJ. It was weird because the curious case of Bam Margera was like more about BJ and Lima than it was about Bam. So I guess Bam has decided to respond and gave his response out to In Touch. Let's get into this response because I need y'all to tell me what you guys think, okay? Let me just say, Bam Margera responds to his episode of Investigate Discovery's A Curious Case of, and the Jackass alum Bam Margera has broke his silence on his episode of Investigation Discovery, The Curious Case of docuseries. He says, unbeknownst to us, just like you folks, we were flicking through channels only to find a 24-hour countdown to the curious case of what? The former stunt performer 45 said alongside with his wife, Danny Marie, in a video shared to his Instagram on Tuesday, January 14th. Bam, Britney Spears, my two favorite people, Danny added. However, I was a little confused on who it really was about. Really, Danny? Because we were confused too. But okay. Bam went on to say that the episode should have been called The Curious Case of Lima. Wait, I hadn't read this. No, wait a minute. Wait the F a minute. When did he say this? Did he say this on IG? Oh, girl, we got to play this. Hold up. Let me go find Bam. Because I didn't know he had said this. Did he say this? Hold up. No, he didn't say this. I don't know who runs his IG, but he said it should have been The Curious Case of Lima. Oh, I'm gonna have to find it. All right. It is. I was confused because honestly, it was like off. He says it should have been called The Curious Case of Lima, referring to his former guardian, tech entrepreneur Lima. And they didn't even spell her name right. They spelled it Jaramovich. They misspelled it. There's a V. See, I've been saying this name for so long. There's a V in between there. They misspelled her name, her last name. He then implied that he doesn't remember giving consent to participate in the docuseries. If I signed off on that, they didn't blur my face. I don't remember shit. I was probably higher than Jimmy Cricket on a fucking bath salt in the treatment center on 18 different medications, he continued. However, the Viva La Bam star said that he was glad to see someone finally do the research to expose Lima and her fucking nutty behavior. I love this. I love this. He said he was happy to see somebody expose Lima. Who? Who's the queen of YouTube again? I forgot. Because the people were forgetting. Shout out to our friend. All right. Shout out to BJ. All right. Who's the queen of YouTube? Remember, who says facts ain't defamation? Who? I know somebody says that. I know. Thank you. All right. Y'all put it in the chat, okay? Yes, we're being petty because it's Friday, okay? I still have to work, okay? Let's keep going. I love this. The curious case of Bam Margera explores the former pro skater controversial guardianship, which was led by Lima, a Hollywood entrepreneur who was working in the addictions and recovery industry. She founded the company Aura, which used virtual reality software to treat patients struggling with addiction. Bam's family went to Lima for help in 2021 after seeing her work with another addiction patient, Amanda Rabb. The businesswoman became the former reality star temporary guardian from June 2021 to July 2023. Okay. After Bam entered his guardianship, Lima placed him in a rehab center where he received the virtual reality treatment. However, after leaving the center in 2022, Bam continued to struggle with the addiction and faced legal issues. YouTuber, queen of the YouTube streets, BJ Corvell, all right, you already know who that is, who advocated for Bam's freedom from the guardianship, spoke out against Lima in a video online and investigated Amanda's case after discovering that the former Aura patient had died. In a video, Lima read Amanda's autopsy report and claimed that her cause of death was a seizure disorder, something that the woman had allegedly never struggled with prior to receiving her treatment. BJ claimed that she requested the autopsy report and did not see anything about a seizure disorder, with Amanda's cause of death allegedly listed as cardiac arrhythmia. Aura has ceased operations. Additionally, Lima has filed a libel lawsuit against BJ, which it's not pending. Go get in touch with BJ. It's not pending. She won like 10 times. She's been successful in this lawsuit. In touch. The best way to get the facts, just go straight to BJ, all right? And let her know that she won her lawsuit, okay? And many others. And that Lima has been sanctioned and she owes money, okay? That would be a nice little thing right here instead of saying pending, which is a copy and paste of what that little end title was to that episode, okay? It's not pending, all right? It's progress successfully. Or better yet, thank you, Jake McCarthy. Check the public records, right? Check the public records. Let's keep reading. Bam spoke about Amanda's case in his recent video, claiming that Lima had been faking an autopsy on her death. He also spoke out against virtual reality as a form of treatment and making people wear this Aura helmet unlicensed. I put that shit on, and any drug addict could go into a seizure from that, Bam said, describing seeing images of a T-Rex trying to eat you and a kitty cat drinking milk. Huh? I thought they were supposed to simulate like difficult things. This is what Bam said. Bam said he said he was describing seeing images of a T-Rex trying to eat you and a kitty cat drinking milk. Yeah, you know what, Kim? Hold up. Yes, you right. Everybody, baby K, yes, you're right. Right here. This is that moment where you're like, 2025. Latanda, thank you for the 2 love. Thanks for all that you do, Rabbit. Love your channel. Thank you, Latanda. Y'all, I just have to take a minute to read some of the stuff because it's like too much, y'all. I'm gonna need a thumbnail like this. Let me do it now. All right, that's enough. It's the fox face. Baby K said, put the fox face up right now. Let me put, all right, Foxy. We got to have a name for, I bet that fox has a name. I don't know what the name is, but it's cute. Okay. Let's keep going, all right? And making people wear the Aura helmet unlicensed. Okay, so we just read what he saw. So it's very confusing. He added, Bam claimed that he had not had any seizures in his life until I met Lima, and then had 5 seizures at 20 minutes apiece, only to wake up 8 days on life support with a fucking tube down my throat with COVID and pneumonia. How did that happen? That's what I like to know. So it doesn't take a science rocket. Did they really write a science rocket? Hold up. See, I'm not like misreading this shit. Look, y'all, read it. It says, so it doesn't take a science rocket to figure out that it's not a coincidence. Did he say? Listen, are the words inverted? Y'all read that? He said a science rocket or a rocket scientist. I don't know. Yeah, he says science rockets. He does. It's a rocket science. Science rocket or rocket science? Let me know. You did. Oh my God, girl. Yes. Thank you. I'm actually on IG, so I'm glad that you sent it to me. Hold up, girl. Hold up. You did. Thank you so much, love. All right. Ooh. Let's watch it. Hold up. Let's watch it. Best to watch it. Hold up. Let me share it. Here we go. Let's see what they had to say. Hold up, y'all. Come on. I'm not brand new here. Okay, let's watch this.
Just like you folk, we were flicking channels only to find on a 24-hour countdown on the curious case of what?
Bam Margera, Britney Spears, my 2 favorite people. However, I was a little confused on who it was really about.
They should have called the curious case of Lima, but nobody would have watched. But man, if I signed off on that, they didn't blur my face. I don't remember shit. I was probably higher than Jiminy Cricket on fucking bath salts in that treatment center on 18 different medications.
Yeah.
But after watching it, I'm finally glad that somebody did the research to expose Lima and her fucking nutty behavior. You know,
the curiosity of what actually
faking an
happened.
autopsy report on Amanda Rabb's death and making people wear this Aura helmet unlicensed. I put that shit on. Any drug addict could go in a seizure from that.
Anybody would.
Well, you see T-Rex in your left eye and he's trying to eat you. And on the left eye, it's a kitty cat licking milk.
Terrible.
So it's very confusing. But, you know, you could be on so many drugs thinking that shit's real and go into a seizure. Now, I can tell you this. I'm 45 years old. I have not gone into any seizures in my lifetime until I met Lima at the age of 43. I went into 5 seizures, 20 minutes apiece, only to wake up 8 days on life support with a fucking tube down my throat with COVID and pneumonia.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah, so it doesn't take a science rocket to figure out that that's not a coincidence.
And there's been a lot of question about her. So we're very grateful that that's been said and out there, and you didn't look horrible, and everyone knows that he has a happy ending and he's doing great.
I'm just glad that that part of my terrible, terrible life is over and I'm not dead from it.
True.
Saved by Earth Angel here.
And we need Brittany to call us because we need to just free Brittany as well.
Unbeknownst to us, just like you folk.
Oh, I love. Listen, let me put a heart on that. Kari, thank you so much for thank you so much for that, love. Shout out to you. Listen, they spoke. Well, he did it. He did it. She is wearing a Britney. She is wearing a Britney shirt. Well, there's that. I'm not reading the rest of that article. Y'all tell me what you think. That was great. Hold up. Cheeks. What? Not cheeks. Tinkle tits. The fox is a stone fox meme. A real taxidermy by an artist named Adele Morsi. Is that her name? So She called the fox the stone fox. Oh man, my science rocket can go further than your science rocket. So that was his response. Shout out to Bam, and I hope he's doing well. Looks like he is. And I mean, he looks happy. He looks good. So shout out to him. Wow. Wow. And meanwhile, they haven't done anything to correct any misinformation that they've put out there, right? Like nothing at all. Nothing. But shout out to BJ for standing up and doing the good work and stuff like that. I need to do a reaction video on another video that she did. I just haven't had the time, so I'm gonna do that. It's just crazy. And people, the thing about it, it's crazy to me that people, like, if you expected this HBO thing, The Curious Case of Bam, to tell you everything that happened in the last 2-3 years, there is no way. Because even I don't know everything that happened, and I was there maybe at mid 2023. I wasn't there for the whole thing, but I was there enough to see kind of like the mid of everything that was happening. So if you're expecting that somehow this documentary is going to answer every question, no, I suggest, guys, go watch BJ's video from like the very beginning of it all, because it's very much telling about different things that have happened. All right, so moving on, Kathy, since we're going to be talking about Liam Payne right here, shout out to everybody. First of all, if you are asking me for the court docs, I need you guys to email me. Don't DM me on Messenger or IG for the court docs, because it's easier for me to email you because I already have them on the phone, an attachment, and just boop, send it out to you. That's what you need to do. So if you're like, I hardly get to my Messenger. It's not the best way to get a hold of me. So just shoot me an email. If Ahmad can drop the email, and I'll post the email up. But Kathy says, hey, Rabbit, just wondering if you had seen the video on TikTok showing Liam being placed in a position on the ground and hear his voice. Small group moving him. One woman tossing his hat, still alive. No, Kathy, I have not. And I'm going to be honest with you, Kathy. I really cannot watch any I refuse to look at Liam Payne's body. Thank you, Cheeks. I know I keep telling people to, don't blow up my DMs. It's just very hard. Like, I like that IG, I'm able to kind of review, but if you're messaging me on IG for the court paperwork, I'm not going to answer you because it's so hard for me to send it there. Just email me. It's better. I'll just shoot it out to you. Like I said, I've already sent like almost 200 emails on just fans alone. And when on Twitter, my email's out there, and I told everybody, y'all can email me, and it'll be easier for me to send it out. Anything pertaining to Liam Payne as far as the body, I don't want to see any of that. I'm not a forensic investigator, and I don't want to. That's not what I'm looking for. For me, I just don't feel like it serves a purpose. So there was a couple people actually, who messaged me Liam Payne's like dead body, okay, on the floor. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it. It was way too much for me, and it triggered me a bit. Okay. So, don't send me that. If there's a video that you want me to watch that's pertaining, maybe somebody giving, some thoughts behind Liam Payne and stuff like that, that's fine. But as long as it's not showing his dead body, I don't want to see that. I don't. Okay. Oh, gotcha, Braddy Becca, the doc, not the pics. Gotcha, Braddy Becca. Thank you. Another thing I was going to tell you guys. So I have a video that's premiering tonight on just the last part of the declaration from Jeff Payne. Okay. I'm so surprised now that I've reviewed it again and reviewed some of the documents, the court documents, right, for this lawsuit that Rogelio Nores has filed. I'm so surprised that Cassidy is not being investigated. I don't understand why. The way in which Jeff talks about this care team that was literally like, put together, and they knew what they were dealing with. There's no reason why, in my opinion, Cassidy shouldn't be looked into. She was like, it's weird because Rogelio Nores will say, I wasn't getting paid. I wasn't doing this for money or anything like that. But yet Cassidy was getting paid. The bodyguard was part of the care team, and he was getting paid. So what was Rogelio Nores getting from being part of all of this? I don't get it. Really? Okay, Chrissy. Thank you, love. I'll check it out. And then yesterday, I was thinking, and I had a conversation with Julia and Eugenia. Shout out to them. I know why Rogelio is suing Liam's dad, and it's got nothing to do with defamation. I have a theory. Rogelio plans to file an appeal in the Argentinian court. So he wants to use this defamation lawsuit here because you have to understand burden, right? Like, what does it look like in the civil way versus the criminal way, right? If he were to win a civil lawsuit here for defamation, which I think I don't think so that he would, but if he does, it would make sense for him to use whatever outcome happens here in the US to Argentina as a form of appeal. Because I don't think that the Argentinian courts are necessarily looking at Rogelio Nores and his argument about, oh, well, what happened? You know, they're not looking at all this in between. Would that weigh into, could he appeal his case? Would they look at it again? Would he be able to get like a much more reduced sentence? What is the outcome of that? So I'm starting to feel like this wasn't this was a legal strategy on behalf of Rogelio Nores. Okay. Truly. So that's my thought on that. And I wanted to bring that up. But the other question that I had, and I think it's a good question to bring up, is why isn't Kate Cassidy being investigated? Why aren't there more people being investigated? Because it sounds like there was more folks here. The other part to this too, I think it's important to put out there. Where was my mind going? Hold up, y'all. Let me think. The bodyguard. There is a part in the declaration where it said, Jeff Payne says that Liam Payne might have been manipulated into firing the bodyguard, like trying to like manipulate the situation. That bodyguard that knew about his treatment. And so I cut a clip on that on this next upload so you guys are aware of it. Okay. Just giving you guys a heads up about that. There's going to be another video, so it'll premiere here in about an hour or two. So make sure you guys join the live chat. It'll be a live chat. That's what I wanted to bring up. The other thing too, hey, I want to shout out Sarah's Weird World on TikTok. She gave us a shout out, guys. That was so amazing of her. Thank you, Sarah, for giving me a shout out. That was amazing. Amazing. We definitely got a lot of support from Sarah and everybody that follows her. So she's on TikTok. And yeah, people, I just noticed people started coming over here. Thank you so much, Sarah, for the amazing shout out. And hopefully we'll see her more on YouTube because this is YouTube land, you know. But I would love to see her over here because I think she'd do fantastic over here. She's been breaking down the Liam Payne case. Fantastic. And I think it's amazing. But yeah, we got a cool little shout out. Huge TikToker gave us a shout out. Oh, hold up, y'all. My mic. Testing. Testing. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Because it says my mic. Hold up. You hear me? Okay, you hear me. I don't know what's going on. It's not showing. Y'all hear me? Okay. For whatever reason, StreamYard said that my mic is not on. Yeah, Sarah. Yeah. She gave us a huge shout out. I was so excited. Yeah. So I'm excited about that. That was cool. That was cool to get a shout out from Sarah. Angela says, I just emailed you for the lawsuits. Okay. And on Liam, dad, I agree. I wouldn't want that. Yeah. So as soon as I'm done and I get a minute, I'll send it. I am personally, if you're getting an email, just note that I'm the one that's sending them. I'm a one-person show. So if I don't get it to you right away, it might take me a couple minutes, but I have been sending them. I think I've sent a good, like I said, 200 and some emails at this point of people requesting the lawsuit, which is great. That's what I wanted. I wanted people to request it so that the truth can get out and that we could all be sharing the information. I think that, bring some more awareness. Fantastic. So again, shout out to us. All right, let's get it going because we got another we have something else to talk about. Okay. Leah Remini is on my list, and shout out to everybody in the SPTV community. Shout out to everybody. I know there's been a lot of shit going on, and so I am trying to be mindful of that. So Leah Remini has basically, she has a Substack, right? And in her Substack, she wrote like a very lengthy eulogy to Mike Rinder, okay, who she has very much grown very close to. Separate kind of relationship that a lot of folks might have had. For those that don't know, and I'm sure everybody knows, Mike Rinder was the head of OSA. He recently passed away, I believe, on the 5th of January. And so a lot of people had a lot to say about Mike Rinder's passing. Respectfully, I haven't done a video on it and I don't plan to. I shared a post. That's about it. It's not my place. But I find it amazing, and the reason why she's on the title, because I couldn't help and just think about the fact that in her Substack, she basically told everybody to go fuck themselves in the ex-Scientology community, right? Anybody that came after Mike Rinder and was basically asking questions, probing questions, stuff like that. Yeah. And part of me understands that maybe she's grieving. Maybe this is coming out of a place of, grief. But I also can't help but feel some type of way about the people that were impacted by Mike Rinder and his time in OSA before he exposed what he exposed. Also, the things that were left unsaid. You guys know that I interviewed Miriam Francis on my channel. I know Miriam Francis, and I thought about this. She did request if we could do like a live sometime soon, and I want to do it. I definitely do, but there's just been, everything is so heightened right now that I'm kind of waiting for the things to settle down a little bit with that whole situation, and also giving people the appropriate time to kind of take in what's been happening. There are people on opposite sides of the fence when it comes to this argument. The way I see it is that if I am a victim of child SA, and the man that tore my family apart, and the man that had decisions or had a say about what was going to happen with my family, you're not going to tell me how to process that. You can F yourself for that too. Respectfully. You know what I mean? Like, some people don't get a pass for that. It's great that she was able to shake the tables a bit and expose as much as she did, but don't get it twisted. The stories that came out of that show, the aftermath show, were from the people currently in the community. And although I'm not one to tell somebody how to grieve, if they shouldn't cry, they should. Y'all are on your own, right? Like, you have to grieve the way that you want to. I've seen people really get upset about, the way in which people have been doing things. And in the moment, I would probably feel the same way. I'd be like, damn, maybe this isn't the way to handle that. But I'm not in those shoes, I don't know what that's like. I can't imagine what Miriam, Serge, and all these people went through. No way. And I'm not one to try to rewrite their stories. And Leah shouldn't be one to do that as well. I get that she's grieving, but she doesn't get a pass. She's not allowed to tell people, that you destroyed this man. You did this. No. People had questions. There are leaders that owe a lot of explanations to people, and rightfully so. And in my opinion, I think that Substack was coming from a place of grief, but also completely out of touch with the things that she said. And that's just how I see it. Just because a person passes, it doesn't fix every wrongdoing they did. It also doesn't give them it doesn't give people closure. Valerie, you're right. And the people she crapped on are the ones that shared their stories, the ones that she made money off of. Don't forget. That was what her show was about. And what did they get? Yeah, I don't even think they got a t-shirt. They were raised to not really show their feelings, right? Like we said the other day, people can change, but they still need to suffer the consequences of their actions. They don't get a free pass because they change and expose things after the fact. Well, people are held accountable all the time. Without the people that they interview, they wouldn't have no Aftermath show, period. People really fought to keep, yes, you're right, you're right. And Rabbit, she doesn't get a pass. She's she's grieving, but to crap all over the people that were in the show that made lots of money to her and to Mike and continue to spread awareness. Yes, absolutely. This man has passed. There's enough controversy with Rinder. True. I think people are allowed to grieve that they want to, in the way in which they want to. You know what I mean? And I'm not one to tell people you can't do this or you can't do that. Hell, like as long as they don't tell me what the fuck to do, I'm fine. Like I'm not gonna tell you what to do. Leah needs to sit down and take a seat. I didn't think Leah could get any more cringe, and I was wrong. Thank you. F Tick says, Rabbit, for what it's worth, I really respect the way you've handled everything in the whole space. Respect you've shown, the restraint you've shown. You are a real one. Thank you, love. Shout out to you. And like I said, I am responsible for the things that come out of my mouth. I'm responsible for the things that I do, just like everybody else is in the community, right? And I can only do so much. I can only bring so much to the table. So I love that you said this. And I, like I said, I don't care what anybody has to say. I don't watch, I don't subscribe. I really don't care. You tag, I block. That's how I am. That's how I move. I don't care. I could see, I can read between the lines when it comes to certain things. Actually, I've been peeping this for a couple months, if you know what I mean. So I'm very careful. There's no right way to heal, no time limit. Everyone's feelings are valid and important. Closure looks different for everyone. Yeah. And I really appreciate Liz Gale's, I would ask you guys, watch Liz Gale's kind of breakdown and reaction. Because I think, Liz Gale has a really unique way of kind of like putting things together and just kind of showing the different moving parts of like who said what was the reaction, who go fuck yourself really was to, who in the community it impacted. I know Miriam, Rage Against the Dark Arts, has a Substack, so go check her out, read what she has to say. These are their words, not mine, right? And so those things need to be amplified. And the fact the Leah Remini doesn't like that, she doesn't like the way in which people were handled, that's a her problem. That's not a community problem. That's not an anybody problem. That's a her problem. And she needs to figure that out. And to me, that says a lot about how she needs to check herself with that. Like, just saying. Can't tell somebody, she's a cult survivor and all these other people are as well. But to tell one cult survivor what you did was wrong and F you, like, to the other people, it's just weird. It's off. I think we're seeing a little COS programming, and Anita Hurst still remains lashing out. The way that people lash out is very telling about that. And that's why I have a lot of empathy, and I hold a lot of empathy in my heart for folks for things like that. Yeah, Leah sucks. She's bestie with J-Lo. She will never see the truth. What's that? There's that one saying in Mexico that says, tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. There's that, There's an old saying called let dogs sleeping lie. Oh, don't forget the fleas. Listen, I'm getting tired. Listen, between the fleas and the dogs, I think I was the dog on this one. That will go down in history as like, wow. And some dogs lie before they sleep, but he's passed on and he's dealing with the consequences now. There you go. The comment I left on this channel was, it will be interesting to see how Leah deals with the fall of J-Lo coming very soon, because she has either fuck them all or love M hair can trigger mentality. We can only control ourselves. That's right. thank you. Yes, infamous. Tell him to hit that like button, please and thank you. Listen, Rabbit has a ton of respect and integrity and compassion when people don't deserve it. I do. Like I said, I don't care. People can say whatever the hell they want about me. I really don't care. I don't care. I don't. She got her second win of fame off the backs of the ex-Scientologists that spoke on the aftermath. She should remember that. Period. I've been watching Liz's videos. It's been Jay McCarthy, Liz Gale's videos. First of all, like for somebody with severe ADHD and not medicated, raise your hand. Me. 10 minutes, 11 minutes, 14 minutes. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Break it down, girl. Break it down. I love that. I love that. Let's see. Yes, it's insightful. You can be hurting and not hurt other people. Absolutely. Thank you. Leah told us exactly who she is. And yeah, she has some cult programming. She's been out for a very long time and was not subject to the level of abuse. I also think Kraken, and maybe I'm just gonna say what I think about this too. I also think that what's the word? With Leah having that in her background, but also having a level of celebrity, access, resources, money, that a lot of people that left the cult, they had to rebuild their lives, right? They didn't get not the celebrity that Leah has, right? I think that that's something to take into account. And so, I'm just saying, like, it just, to me, there's a separation in that. Like, girl, you left the cult, you wrote a book, you used their stories, you did what you did, you had your story, and you made money, and she can go back to acting or, advocacy or book writing, whatever she wants to do after that. A lot of folks here are living day by day, right, with whatever the cult left them with, So I think there's that. It's like there's a separation, and maybe she's not seeing that. Yeah, she weaponizes her experience. I agree with that. And maybe even her time with Mike Rinder too. It's weird, but yeah, just my thought on that. But that's that. Y'all ready to move on? Let me know. We got to move on because we got a lot of Wendy talk to talk about. So Wendy, first of all, Wendy has a GoFundMe, and it was started. Now hold up, I'm trying to see. I wanted to see the actual GoFundMe. We got to talk about Wendy Williams and Harvey Levin. Harvey Levin really surprised me, and I don't know if he's fake. I'll be honest with you. I think he's fake. I don't think, I'm just gonna, I don't know what to make of Harvey Levin's response to Wendy Williams, especially because he's over here. Why am I typing Harvey Levin? I meant to type in Wendy Williams. Okay. Wendy Williams GoFundMe. Let's see if we could pull it. Wendy Williams GoFundMe. You said Vic is a vote. Listen, I'm assuming you guys didn't watch what happened. Now, here's my issue with Wendy Williams and the GoFundMe. We got to make sure that it's the real one, because I have a feeling anybody can start a GoFundMe. Friends of Wendy Williams, this might be it. Okay, look at this. So her goal is 50K, and she's at 18,626. You know what's pissing me off? That it's only at 18,000, because I feel like GoFundMe's overnight can make, what is this all about? Now, I know that Wendy Williams might have pissed off a lot of people, but I'm a little surprised that it's only at 18. I'll be honest with you. A GoFundMe fundraiser is being urgently organized to assist Wendy Williams' family in expediting her return to her rightful home in Florida. For far too long, Wendy has faced the challenges of being unjustly placed under guardianship and labeled incapacitated despite her strong will and determination to live her life independently. So this is where we're at. Friends of Wendy Williams. I love you, Wendy. I don't know if you're ever gonna read this, but people are sending their you got $250, $20. People are really, feeling like she needs to be freed. And after hearing what Harvey Levin said, which you know how Harvey Levin and he's a vulture, like some of you guys put in the chat, but I was amazed by his response, and we gotta talk about it because his response was interesting. I bookmarked it and I was a little surprised to see it. And yesterday when I tried to play the Charlemagne interview, it pissed me off because they copywrote it. And so it was demonetized. All this shit happened to it. I had to go back and cut it. So do me a favor, for whatever reason, there's a lot of censorship in this topic specifically, and I'm noticing like some people don't want to talk about it. There's a lot of censorship here. I'm not really sure why. Like, why can't we have the same energy that we had for Britney Spears to Wendy Williams? Shout out to BJ, who I also noticed, she was breaking this down and educating the people about why we are where we're at with this situation. You said Tommy Williams has a day-old video, and he states that he doesn't know if she's going to be able to see his sister and wants to see her along with the 91-year-old father, wants to see the daughter. I see Infamous. Thank you. You don't like the Don Lemon? I haven't watched that one yet. I was told about it, but I played the Charlemagne interview, the Breakfast Club interview yesterday, and it literally like it was just like, nope. So it didn't, I had to go back, and so it dinged me pretty big. So we're going to do our best to give commentary on this. Listen to what Harvey had to say.
It's Harvey Levin from TMZ. I just spent an hour and a half on the phone with Wendy Williams. And I can tell you that the Wendy Williams I spoke to today is the same Wendy Williams that I knew 10 years ago. There was no difference. She was lucid. She was articulate. She was with it.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Maybe I need to put like a little thing over it. Let me do this. Can I put Fox back? And I could play it and y'all can hear it. Just show them his picture and play the audio. He just talked to her. So this was on IG 3 hours ago. He uploaded this. So he had a long conversation with her. And there's more. I'm going to leave Fox, okay? I'm going to leave Fox over here and play it. See if you guys hear it.
And she was opinionated.
Let me know if you can hear it.
I'm not going to get into the specifics because it was an off-the-record conversation. But she wants me to give my evaluation of what I heard. Charlemagne the God was on the phone call as well. And my impressions were precisely what Charlemagne has already said.
You know what? You said, Nebula said, you better be careful because they're going to put him under a guardianship too. Harvey. Yeah, the Fox going to hang out here. All right. I don't know what else to put.
That Wendy Williams seemed like she could have done her radio show today. Wow. There was no lapse in her judgment. There was no hesitation in what she was saying. And I'm not a doctor, but I am alarmed that Wendy Williams has had her freedom taken away from her.
Wow.
And I don't understand exactly why.
Here's the deal. Like, I really struggle with well, first of all, I struggle with Harvey Levin, period, right? Like, we just do. But I appreciate that he did this video. Now, I kind of have to ask why, because you know how he has treated the whole Britney Spears situation. Right. Harvey, run to your attorney and get yourself a trust. Harvey, be careful. They're going to put you in a conservatorship. Now, I mean, Harvey's like, listen, I talked. I'm wondering why. I'm a little surprised.
Wendy doesn't have access to a cell phone in the sense that people cannot call her. If a call is made, it has to be from her out. She doesn't have a laptop. She can't come and go, according to her. And that makes sense because we really haven't seen her out with the exception of her son's graduation. And I have a strong opinion about what may have happened here because Wendy has struggled over the years with some substance abuse.
What do you guys think of that? Diamond says he pushes the point of her addiction, and we know why they're pushing for the agenda to put active addicts in conservatorship. Well, I mean, look at Bam Margera. Now, Bam was a guardianship, right? But there's this thing about forcing people into sobriety or forcing people, like, is it possible that they got it wrong when it came to Wendy? I think so. And I remember seeing Wendy in that show, or in that Lifetime. I mean, it's still up there, right? We could watch it. It's confusing. It's confusing, right? Amanda Rabb. So, like, one or the other. Cheeks, I think he's saying, like, today that he just talked to her. But I'm a little, like, surprised by all of this. I hear you, Infamous. I saw you putting in the brother. I'll have to maybe in a separate video follow up on that so I can listen to him independently. I'm very careful about playing this because I know he's on YouTube, because I don't know between the censorship and desensitizing. I don't want to get flagged or anything. So I'll definitely listen to the brother maybe at some other point. Valerie says, I wonder about the sundowner syndrome, though. I'm thrilled to hear that she was doing well during the call. I wish her the best. What is the sundowner syndrome? Valerie, let me know in the chat. What is that? Hey, love. Shout out to, out partying with my place. Well, happy birthday to her. Thank you, Chico. Have fun and be safe, okay? Yes, make sure you guys hit that like button, please, and thank you. You said, then convenient that mainstream media made a hit piece about BJ, who's been exposing conservatorship abuse, guardianship abuse. Absolutely. Let's keep listening to what he has to say.
And especially after her divorce. And it's pretty clear from the recent documentary where you see a vodka bottle next to her, that Wendy was off the wagon. And Wendy is a substance abuser, but she was clearly clean. When I spoke with her, I know Charlemagne has talked to her numerous times, or at least several times in the past, and he had the same impression. And aside from the various pills that they are giving her there, whatever it is, she seems fine. And when the people in this guardianship she's under say that she is permanently disabled and essentially non-functional, I heard the opposite. I heard somebody who seemed with it, competent. It wasn't even close to the line. It wasn't even close to the line. There is something that needs to be addressed here. The file for this guardianship is sealed.
Her file is sealed. A lot of Sabrina Morrissey's clients' files are sealed. Okay, that's a concern. Now, is that typical of guardianships? Maybe because of, doctor's appointments and things. I don't know. So if you guys remember the video that I showed yesterday of Jose Verdugo, his file was sealed. And he had this it's interesting because I feel like these attorneys want to jump into this when there's money to be made from the person specifically, when there's money to be drained. Nobody's going to be a guardian for free, right? So I find this to be interesting. Chrissy Never In, thank you so much for the 10. You said, my dad has Alzheimer's and has been a stylist for 28 years. Sundowners is dementia about the time sun goes down. And she is fine. I lived this for years. So he is fine and I lived this for years. Chrissy, but a stylist, her dad is a stylist. Think about this. To be a stylist for 28 years, it requires you, repetition, use of your hands. You have to remember, you have to know your clients, right? And so then a side effect of Alzheimer's would be like this sundowners. But if it's during the day, good sleep or whatever, like we're not going to see this. Does she require somebody to be with Wendy maybe at night? And that's the thing. Like, Bruce Willis is not in a conservatorship or a guardianship. He's got a lot of family to take care of him. Wendy has a lot of family too. What is the issue with the family? Are they feeling like the family are going to exploit her? And the reason why are we even here if we're not there with other people that have similar symptoms? And if this were, okay, now I got to ask the tough question. If this were a really broke person, which, believe it or not, there's a lot of people like, I'm just saying, like, they're not famous and they're not well known. Would they also be dealing with this right now? Or is it we're dealing with this because it's Wendy and she's got money? I have to ask. Really? That's interesting. I'll have to go back and re-listen to that. I hope they didn't say that. I gotcha, Chrissy. Thank you so much for the $10, love. Shout out to you. There's always like typos with the super chats. Yeah, she's been reaching out for help. Absolutely. She can't leave and no one can call her. That's just off. Why can't she do that? Since we do not hold people with dementia hostage, tell them they can't see their family. Yeah, since when? Since when do we hold people with dementia hostage? Like, that's what I'm saying is, like, it almost seems like dementia is a death sentence. Like, oh my God, that's scary. Don't forget, because, girl, they're going to lock you up in a facility. That's scary. And even, what did Wendy Williams say at the Charlemagne, at the Breakfast Club? Said that Diddy should be behind bars. He's right where he needs to be at. She remembers sounding the alarm on Diddy. That's, I don't know. Y'all. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
In New York, we can't see it. I know they say she has frontal temporal dementia, and she may or may not. But whatever it is, it doesn't seem it's advanced enough, at least from my ear. And I admit I am not a doctor, but I can listen to people, and especially in an hour and a half phone call, I didn't hear an iota of that, of any permanent disability or somebody who was unable to function. So it seems to me that this needs to be addressed. Why is it that Wendy is under such tight wraps in this guardianship? Why is it, even if she were disabled, that people can't call her? Why is it that she doesn't have the ability to communicate the way most people do, with emails and texts and cell phones and all? Why is it that she is in this home where there are a lot of people who are 90 years old and others, and she, was describing the house itself, and she wasn't saying,
do they want her to die? That's what I don't get. Like, it just seems so sad to go from where she was at. Like, are we saying that she is completely unable whatsoever? Are y'all making her incapacitated? Is, like, I'm just saying, like, listen, if you don't water a plant, if you don't give it sunlight, it dies, right? They've basically put her in here for her to die. People have said, we're just waiting for her to die. What? If you were a broke person with the same mental issues, you would be struggling with pre-authorizations to get your medicine and constant audits on your Medicare. Thank you, Jason. Like, I'm just saying, it's so off. Exactly. Like, she didn't commit a crime. Being locked away kills people. Right. If somebody with memory issues, isn't it important for you to have your family around? Isn't that what Bruce Willis has? The wife has said there's good days and bad days, and this is what it looks like. Right. She's wasting away. She's not allowed to see. Like, there's something very horrific about this. Like they're punishing her. Right. They don't got to take her phone away. If she had front lobe dementia, she wouldn't be able to talk. It affects speaking, language, and behavior, personality. So does addiction. You think she knows a lot? They want her money. Wow. However, the state does not own her. Wow, Kraken. That's what I'm saying. Is like they're picking and choosing what's up. I think Wells Fargo is stealing Wendy Williams' life and hiding it legally because they feel that they're so big, no one will do anything to help this woman. Well, what does she see? What does she witness? I don't know. First, what she witnessed, if she's considered not of sound mind, then what she says or what she can show and say won't be considered in court of law. And that's what's being characterized. That's what being a character witness. So what you're saying is that she can't be a character witness at this point. She might have seen everything. It is disgusting and disturbing. That's what I'm saying. It's like we need to have the same energy that we had for Free Britney to Wendy. Like, y'all, like, what are we doing? Right. She hasn't committed a crime. Why locked her away? No phone over it. Just think about it, y'all. When you put somebody under confinement, and I'm not saying that that's what she's at, but a flower, we need people. We humans, okay? Us humans, we need to be able to socialize. We need things, okay? We need family. We need to be able to connect with that. This to me sounds very torture, like it's weird, and she's talking to her attorney, like fighting her attorney. That shit would drive me crazy, like it would. What does she have on people in power, making her right? No, Jeanette, but that's like not even a crazy conspiracy theory, because that's kind of where my mind is at. You know what I mean? Yeah, thank you. Isn't that why we're all on this app, to connect with others, to argue with others, to disagree with others? Can you just imagine? Yeah, sometimes the family is torture. Let me finish this Harvey Levin thing.
It was in deplorable condition. She was saying that it is a really depressing environment, and she doesn't quite understand why she's there. So I think that somebody needs to come forward and explain, why is Wendy Williams in this kind of guardianship where her freedom has been taken away when she seems fine? And maybe let her out with a sober coach 24/7. And if that would solve any issue she has, at least for now, give her her freedom back.
Yep.
And if she does indeed have this form of dementia, and it does become a permanent condition where she is profoundly disabled, then reestablish a guardianship. But I have to tell you, it wasn't even close when I heard her talk to me for an hour and a half.
Wow.
Hey everybody, it's Harvey Levin from TMZ.
So that's what happened. Yes, Night Charm. You're right. You're right. She did tell us about Diddy. Now let me put Fox away. I also have Barbie. Y'all remember her? Linda. And I also got this one right here. So we were able to cover things up. You said he's trying to get ahead of what reasons they'd give to try to confine her. Maybe. But will she have family willing to care for her? I mean, it sounds like she does, but I think that there's a trust issue. If she had nothing, would any of these people be paying out of pocket for this level of care, having her essentials locked up that Medicare doesn't pay for? That's the question that I have too. You know what I mean? Shannon's Journey says it is scary to think about how long they have been doing this. She needs a caregiver, not a conservatorship. A coach. Maybe she is struggling with substances. That's okay. Doesn't mean that she should be locked up. Doesn't mean she can't get better. I just don't understand. Why can't she get a lawyer like Britney did to go out? I don't know. And I think that's why I think that's why they're doing the fundraiser for that. Yeah. Her niece seems to be someone she really trusts. Sent the Discord the timestamp about the medication. Okay, Sister Soul, I'll check it out. Later on, you said, I'm telling you, if you have any addiction, you better watch out, or they may try to take your rights away. Makes it kind of scary, right? Like in general. Hashtag free Wendy. Wendy, thank you for becoming a member. Shout out to you. Is it Wendy Korn? Shout out to you. Thank you. Thank you, love. Those of us who don't have money, it's really infuriating how difficult it is to get the state or federal resources when a parent is walking around as a zombie and needs a conservatorship. This is BS. Don't they pick and choose? You know what I mean? Like, what is going to be more money? That a lot of people said that too, honestly. And it lends itself to different conversations. Wendy just needs a date with the real man and none of us nonsense. So sad. She was really hurt after her separation with her husband, you know, finding out that he had impregnated that other woman. There's a lot. And I think that it had a turn. And she has a thyroid issue. For those that don't, like, I'm wondering if her thyroid can get evaluated, because if you have like thyroid issues, that can affect your mental health. Real quick story. I had half of my thyroid removed, what, 5-6 years ago. There was cancerous growth in it. They thought was cancerous. Let me be very clear. And it was pushing against my my area. So I'll never forget. So it luckily, thank God, it was not Mrs. M. I don't suffer from Graves' disease. But what they did is they removed, it was a huge growth, and they did testing, and they thought it was cancerous, but there was no cancerous cells. I only have half of a thyroid and I don't need medication. My T cells are perfect. Thank God. But ladies, check your thyroid. Check your thyroid. We ignore it. Okay. I only have half of it. I still have a scar here from when they went and they took it out. Check your thyroid. We forget our thyroids, and that, my friends, are huge. Sean, thank you so much for the 199. Sean, popping in to say hi because I love you. I love you too. I shouted you out on my last Liam Payne video. Shout out to Sean and Sylvia and those folks that have supported me on getting court docs. Y'all, the shout out to my supporters. Okay, y'all are amazing. That's how I was able to get a lot of the Liam Payne docs that we dropped this week. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate you. Yes, and people need to study this. Period. It affects your mental health. It affects your sleep. Just listen, ladies, if you want a physical, get your physical done, have them check your thyroid, have them check your T cells, have them check your blood levels, because this right here is a very important thing. Did it turn out to be a goiter rabbit, or was it just it was a benign tumor? I had a biopsy on my thyroid and it ended up having, so I forgot. It was a benign tumor. It was growing. And it was really weird because I had been growing, I guess, I just didn't notice it. One morning, I just went to go get a physical done. And apparently it had been there for quite some time. And my doctor, I love my doctor, I was doing a physical and she noticed it. And I got to remember, it was too big to do a biopsy. That's how bad it was. Too big to do a biopsy. So they had to go in there and they said, well, we can't do a biopsy. We're just going to check it and see if it's cancerous. There was no pre-cancer cells and there was no cancer when they did the official testing. So thank God. But check your thyroid. Check your thyroid. Right. Thank you, Morris. Check it every 6 months. We forget about that. Yes, absolutely. And like I said, it does what is it? Hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism. There's two different kinds. One of them completely messes with your mental health completely. There was a girl, I'll never forget, when I was a caseworker many, many years ago, one of my girls who was only 12 years old had an issue with her thyroid, and it was really bad, and it affected her mental health. Like, it was just so many we couldn't figure out what was wrong with her. Then we figured out it was her thyroid after blood tests and stuff like that. And, she got on the right medication for her mental health, because it affects your mental health. I'm telling you, hormones, y'all, we just got to take care of each other. You know what I mean? We have to. So check your thyroid. Rabbit has completely removed it. They have completely removed it because it was complex. Wow. Yeah, I have half of my thyroid. So my other half works. My other half, I have no thyroid. So, but it was a huge growth. And it was scary. It was scary to, it was a scary surgery. Like, nobody likes surgery, but that was a pretty big surgery for me. I've had surgeries. I've had surgery. I've had stuff removed. Yeah. Do you? I'm telling you, it's crazy. And just check it, because it typically runs in the family too. Oh my God. I'm sorry, Morris. check your family. You know what I mean? Check your family and stuff like that with this. All right, guys, I gotta go because I gotta go get ready for, the other pre-recorded live. Check out my other video on Liam Payne if you're staying up late. Shout out to you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you for supporting my channel. Shout out to everybody. Let me shout out some folks in the everybody that supported. Chrissy, thank you. Kathy, thank you for becoming a member. Shout out to you. Latanda, I miss you, love. Shout out to you. I hope you're come around, love. Shout out to you. Chrissy, thank you again. And Chrissy, thank you again. Wendy, thank you again. And Sean, thank you again. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are amazing. Hit the like button. Thank you. And you guys have a great weekend. We will be live mañana. Check me out tomorrow. Bye, guys. Bye-bye. Have a good night. Bye, guys.